must have been what I did wrong when I started my live feed. So now we'll see what happens. If the camera changes or if we get an echo or so let me know what happens because I just started the live stream from my OBS software. So let's see what happens now. Oh my god. You got an alert? What, that I started the show? Is that what you got? That's cool. I'm glad that works. See, I don't have my normal um, no, that's a screen share. Yeah, I don't have my normal studio, which is so I can control certain things, and I don't have that. And so this is working a little different. Okay, that's not what I want. Let's go back. Am I still on camera? Did the camera show up? I don't know yet. I'm waiting. It says I'm in studio, but this is not the studio. Oh, now I've got the studio I normally have. All right. Start an intermission? No, I don't want to start an intermission. I'm good. We don't need to start an intermission. All right, so you can still hear me? Are we good? Now I have my normal thing, but the camera hasn't come on yet. So I don't know if we're linking to the. It says no data. I'm afraid to stop this now. Yeah, stop pushing buttons. It's working fine. Till you did. Yeah. So where are we at? Can you hear me? Can you see me? You froze. Okay, I'm frozen. All right. So, all right, let's try this. I'm going to do this and see if that doesn't fix it. I'm not getting any stream data, it says. I'm still here. Yeah, no data. So it's not linking up. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here. Can I do this? Will this help? So it shows 2 lives going, but I don't have either one at the moment. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know. So now Jeff's giving me a link to my own stream, probably. Probably. Let's see what it got here. Yeah, gotta go through the ad first. All right, let's try this again.
Although you lost over 500 members, you finally have your shelter. After clearing the bodies, you sorted the supplies on board.
I bet it's working here now. Hang on a second. Okay. All right, so now I think you can. All right, so now I think. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm getting the window that I opened with that Jeff sent me. Okay, so this is what you're looking at. You're looking at me with the camera in front of me. Okay, so this is the normal. This is what it should look like. Okay. Is it echoing or are we all right? Yeah, no more button pushing. Yeah, I'm. Aye, aye, Captain. We got it, Eric. No more button pushing. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way, so you guys can still hear me, right? We're good. You hear me? You see me? We got our normal background with the two printers on the walls here, and we're good. I think we're good. Come on, if it worked perfect, you know, it wouldn't be any fun, right? Isn't that how David yourself? You know, his shows never go right. So anyway, all right, Robert, good to see you. Eric, how you doing? Eric and Eric, I got the both of them here. Yeah, let's see, Jeff in Lower Alabama, and I saw Victor in here, and who else? Philip, hey, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Who else? JCB, good to see you. Who else am I missing? Did I get everybody? Let me back up here a little bit. I think I got everybody. Oh, Lewis. Lewis is in here. Yeah, I've got 2 shows going, so I don't know if the other one canceled or not. And if it didn't, the camera's not pointed at me. So I don't know that's going on, but anyway. Check my phone. What did I? Why? What did you put out? What did you put on my phone? I already got that message. I'm ahead of that. All right, we're good. All right. All right. So I did go flying today. Well, that was weird. Urban Legend, what's up? How you doing, man? Fred, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. So I got some flying in today. I flew the Carbon Z T28. I flew my my Flex Innovation RV8. I flew my what happened here? Waiting. What's waiting? Oh, this is the one that's not working. Okay, how did I get to that? Oh, you know what? I think my my hacker's back. I think I flew my Twin Otter, the X-Fly Twin Otter. I flew the L39, and then it looked like rain, so I had to pack up. I don't think it rained, but it scared me because the wind was blowing the other way, and then it made a 180-degree turn, and all that weather that was going away from me was now coming at me, and I said, "Oh, okay, I got to pack up." Nope, Robert, you're not. It was plenty windy today. It had 30-mile-an-hour winds all day, probably, and they were crosswinds. So, and that's why I only flew what I knew I could fly. Right at the end, the winds died down enough to fly the jet, but and that one was in the back of the car, or the truck, not in the back of the trailer, so it was easy to get that one in and out. But yeah, the rest, I put everything else away though, the big stuff. But yeah, it was windy as hell. That's why I only flew those things, because I know they'll fly in the wind. And other stuff, I'm not risking it. But yeah, it was super windy today. That's for sure. Took my my new cars that I got, the Fury truck and the what is it called? Vortex. The Vortex truck. Yeah, I took those out, ran them around a little bit in between flying. in between having lunch and in between flying. You went to the beach? Really? How close are you to a beach, Jeff? I didn't know you were close to a beach. Are you? What beach are you close to? Panama City Beach is the closest. No kidding. How far away are you? Yeah. Any crash you can walk away from. Actually, it's any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing. A great landing is when you can also reuse the airplane. So, yeah, if it's good landing, yeah, that's questionable whether you can reuse the airplane or not. But just an over an hour. Okay, all right. I didn't know that. That's good. I had no idea you were that close to a beach. Yeah, exactly. This is why we call it the shit show. That's exactly why. Oh God. Oh, so let's see what else is going on. So what's everybody's plans for this weekend? Anybody got any big parties they're going to, or having a party, or anything going on? Just quoting the TV show DuckTales. Oh yeah. Oh, you're only 16 minutes away from the beach, Victor. Wow, that's nice. Hell, I'm not even that close. I'm probably I'm probably 25 minutes from a beach. Oh, you're practicing on real flight? Well, there you go. Good job. It definitely helps. You know, at least it helps you with orientation, which is the biggest problem for most people. You know, they zig when they should have zagged. Yeah, that'll get your zigzag correct. So yeah. So Linda likes going to the beach with you, Jeff. Yeah, yeah. Don't cross the streams. That's bad. It's bad when the streams cross. Yeah, don't cross the streams. Well, that's good. That's good, Jeff. Uh, let's see. All right. So I don't see anybody saying anything about what they're doing this weekend. Guys, nobody's got a party to go to, or you're not hosting one that you didn't invite me to. I'm sure my invitation's lost in the mail. It's all right. I understand. How's the printing world going? Actually, it good actually. The I've got some new prints. I did another singing, the singing dragon in a different color. This color. This they call this seafoam blue, but I think it's more like um, here. I'll show you a close up. Oh, wait a minute. My close up camera's not working. Oh, I know why. I bet I know why. Because I bet the close up camera's locked to the other stream that I'm not on. Alright, let me see if I can kill that other stream. Hang on a minute. I gotta see if I can. I think I can do it without screwing this one up. I think. We're gonna try. See if we can't fix this. Oh my god. So I can use my other camera. So I should be able to go to another window, go to my channel, go to my videos, and then stop that one. You know, because I could manage videos. So let's go there and see if we can cancel the other stream. It's in hold. It says standing by or coming soon or something. I forget what it said. But anyway, so let me see if I can kill that, and then we'll. Yeah, it's still sitting there. All right, so let me kill this. All right, delete forever. So let me delete this. And that should kill that stream. Okay. All right. Now that's gone. We're still here. All right. Let me see if I can get my camera back now. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's not going to let me do it anyway. I guess I'll probably have to reboot the computer to do it. All right. Well, we're not going to worry about it. We're good. So, anyways, if they call this seafoam blue, I think it looks more aqua green. But I printed the another one of those singing dragons with this, and I printed another I tried two more batliths. Man, I'm really having trouble with the batlith. I guess I'm just not supposed to print that thing. It got hot enough in the garage to warp it. Yeah, oh God, here we go. Hey, David, how you doing? Crystal, good to see you. Um, who? What's? Hang on. Hen 3 drink electroplating 3D prints. All right. Well, that's cool. Tell us more. Oh, no kidding. what, are, what are you printing for your kids? Or your grandkids, I should say. Yeah. What kind of stuff are you printing? Probably quick stuff. Electroplating 3D printing is your game. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. How does that work? Is that is that like engraving, or are you actually printing with metal materials? Making everything in metal. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so probably little dragons or little that little flexi dragon, and then maybe a little car or something. Yeah, something that prints in 10 minutes or less. So they have something right away. Instant gratification. They get it off the printer, and yeah. Oh, I print those PLA copper and gold. Yeah, I print a lot of stuff and everything. I print in gold. Here's a gold benchy. Here's the back end of the space shuttle in gold. Yeah, I got the whole space shuttle in gold. I print everything in gold. Yes, I am going to print a plane. A full. You mean like an RC plane? Yes, I'm going to order now that I know this. I really like this particular filament. This the Sunlu PLA Plus. So I'm gonna order that F86. Well, I think I'm gonna order that. I'm gonna look again, see if there's something I want better. But that was the original one I wanted. Oh, you mean real gold? Yeah, yeah. Well, you said PLA though. So what? How does that work? Can you buy PLA that's got gold in it? Real gold? Is that how that works? I don't know anything about this. This is interesting. Wigs, what's up? Um, yeah, so since I can get this filament pretty cheap, I'm going to go ahead and print a plane. Now, I don't know that I don't know if I'm going to outfit it actually and fly it or not. We'll see, but I think I'm going to go ahead and print it. I'll print one just to see it, just to do it. So I'm going to order a new box of 4 rolls of filament. Hopefully they're all out of the same batch because I had one print where it changed rolls and the color changed. Black isn't always black. Oh, so All right, so I think I understand. So you print something in PLA first, and then you electroplate the gold or the copper to the printed piece that you printed, so that it's got real. I know there's a process. It's layers. Um, I think you go with what do you got to do? Silver, copper, then gold, or silver, copper, silver, gold. How does that work? But I think I get it. We aren't doing anything yet, Wiggs. I got here late too, so we're just getting started. I don't know what we're gonna do. Um, any suggestions? Whatever you want, guys. I mean, I can go get stuff to show you if you want to see some 3D prints. You want to see the RC cars I bought. You want to see. I got the Timber X UMX. I can bring that. I can bring you anything you want to see. Whatever. Um, whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. So do you always start with copper? Is that the base first? No matter what you're going to do, it starts with the copper, then nickel, and then gold or silver. You need some gold-plated props. Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah, yeah. And you could fly it into the runway and break it, and then oh, oops. Oh, he explains it well in the video he posts. Okay, cool. Yeah. uh, oh, I think I've seen. I think I've seen one of your videos. I think you were doing a ring. I think I watched that. It might have been you. Because I'm looking at. It wasn't one of these rings that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the video that Jeff sent me. Um, yeah, that's cool. That's some beautiful stuff. Wow. How's that working out for you? Is business good? I thought Burl Ives sang that song. At least the movie I watched. Oh, no kidding. Wow. So do you sell it to anybody, or do you give it away to your friends and that kind of stuff? Christmas gifts, because that's some cool shit there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm sure people are very appreciative. Because I know how impressed they are with just regular plastic. So now you give them something that's gold plated. That's got to go over really big. Which plane are you talking about, David? I must have missed something here. Oh, the 1.2 T-28. I don't think I have a 1.2. The I think the Arrows one and the one from Hobby King are both 1.1s, but they have full retracts, lights, and flaps, all of that. Both of them do. But I'm pretty sure it's a 1.1. I don't have a 1.2 T-28. I've got some 1400 T-28s and then three of the big Carbon Zs. So I think I have seven T-28s, but not a 1.2. I don't like the new scheme with the tiger, the mouth on it. I liked it before they did that. I don't like the new scheme. Oh, Shadow wants to get off the bus, guys. All right, hold on. Everybody, hold on to your seats. I got to pull the bus over. Okay, let me open the door. Okay, Shadow, there you go. Michael Bear, what's up? Have a good night. We'll see you later, Eric. Now you're going to share some cheese with your dog. Yeah, the Arrows. That's what I thought. The Arrows is a 1.1, and that's the same one. It's the same one as the Hobby King one, but the Hobby King one's got extra. I mean, I think the initial mold's the same, but the Hobby King one's got an air brake on it. It's got lights on it. I don't think the Arrows has lights, does it? I forget. God, it's sitting right here. Where the hell is it? Yeah, that one's not upstairs yet. It's right here somewhere. I'm looking around here for it. Um, so did anybody take advantage of the The May sales from Horizon. Anybody get anything good? They had some pretty good deals there. The one thing I wouldn't buy, it was the one thing they sold out of. That cracked me up. that that silly. I'm just not a fan of that. I'm sorry. I just that crawler, which is just open suspension, no fenders, just a roll cage. And it was $300. I think it was on sale though, $200 off. But yeah, that's the one thing that they had in there that I would not buy, and that was the one thing that sold out. So that just shows you how much I know. Yeah, I cracked up when I saw that. Like, wow. I can't imagine um, a jet being a good backyard flyer. They're just too fast. I have that little 105 that Motion sells, and it's just too fast. You need room to fly it. You're in trouble before you before you let go of it. You're already in trouble. I can't see a jet being a good backyard flyer. Um, yeah, yeah, Jeff, that was a really good price on the Cub. But I already have. I think I have four or five ARFs right now that I need to build before I buy any more. So I had to pass on that. But it was a good price on it. If I was looking for another ARF, I would have considered that one. It was a good price on it. Yeah, the B2 Micro's new. Yeah, that looks cool. Um, when they put it on sale for $100, I'll buy it. When they get ready to discontinue it, or they're not selling. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm not. I don't want it. Yeah, exactly. Small and fast is a bad combination. Yeah. I'll tell you which one. I learned that lesson really bad. The UMX F27. Any of you guys get the UMX F27? So the UMX F27, I bought two of them. It's pretty small. It's roughly about this big, and it's 3S, and it's a rocket ship. Holy crap! Yeah, so it's out of sight. I mean, if you blink, it's out of sight. You just basically have to keep it in the turn the whole time because and it's a drill bit. Oh my god, it rolls probably 30 rotations a second. I mean, it's crazy how fast that little thing is. I had to add, I put orange paint on mine so I could see it because it would just get out of sight so quick. Um, Durable though. It's I've had it. I've stuck it in the ground a couple times farting around with it. and it survives. It doesn't even get wrinkly or nothing. It's got a rubber tip nose on it, and it goes boink, and it's fine. So oh, I know David's good on the sticks. That's not in question. That's not the problem. You like speed. Okay. Yep. Yep. I gave him the controls of my jet. I let him fly. I even let him land it. And he loved it. That what is that thing? The G65, J65 from that's an X-Fly also. Good airplane. Yeah. I had to twist his arm. He didn't want to fly it, but boy, he's sure glad he did. Did you order it yet, Dave? Did you get one? Yeah, yeah, I know the feeling. I want them all too. Although some say I get them all, but not true. I don't get them all. I have to reel it back in a little bit. So yeah, yeah. I haven't bought any. Really, haven't bought it. That the UMX Timber X is the only thing airplane I've bought recently. I bought the F-16 80 millimeter Thunderbird jet, but months ago. I haven't flown it yet. I bought the ARF version. I didn't buy the one that came with the receiver. Yeah, that's one way to keep it. Keep it in range. Just go straight up and then straight down. You won't lose sight of it that way, and you don't have to go very far to pick up the pieces. Yeah, you keep it close by. It it's quicker picker upper. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta dig my. Oh well, there's one of them right there. Son of a gun! I didn't know that was standing there. Hang on one second. Speak of the devil. Yeah, this guy. Oh, and I didn't even know it's an evolution. Wow. Yeah, this little bugger here is a frickin' missile. So I put some orange on the verticals in the back here, um, to make it a little more visible. But it's green on the top and blue on the bottom. Pusher, nice rubbery nose. It weighs nothing, so when you crash it, it doesn't do any damage because it doesn't weigh enough to do damage. I think I was flying it with a 300 30C, I think. Is that what it, or not? Yeah, 3S300, I think. 300 milliamp. I think that's what I was flying on. But yeah, I bought 2 of these. They were on sale. You know, a super. You know me with sales. So yeah, these were on sale cheap. So I bought 2 of them. The other one's still brand new in the box. Haven't touched it. But this one's perfect. There's no damage on it. And like I said, I put a little bit of orange on these verticals in the back to make it a little more visible. Oh, and the wingtips too. I painted the wingtips. And yeah, that helped a little bit. But yeah, that's a missile. God, that thing's unbelievably fast for as little as is. It's super fast. Uh-oh. Here we go again. My hacker's back. Maybe I can do this. Ugh. Yeah, that didn't help. Darn it. Well, Bill, what's up? How you doing, man? The wide, wild world of sports. Yeah. Oh, we're just talking about everything and anything. 3D printing in real gold, silver, and copper. The tape hinges are actually staying on this. That's pretty impressive. I probably could have flown this today. That probably wouldn't give a shit about the wind. Yeah, that was another one of their good ones that they discontinued. I really don't understand what. Um, you know, the guys are racing those wings around out at the flying field, and at night. So they're night flyers, and I brought this thing out there and took off with. They all shit themselves. They're like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Yeah, you want to race this one?" No. Yeah, it's fast. I mean, it's really fast. So, and then when I rolled it, the drill bit, they were just like amazed. They said, oh, "I got to get me one of those." I don't know. I don't think they got them because I think they were already discontinued when I bought them, and I think I got lucky. You know, ordered 2 of them when they were. So I don't know that they got, and I haven't seen them bring it back. I don't know why. You'd like to print a road grader. Really? What road you gonna grade? You got a RC road course somewhere you're gonna grade or something? I think the company that makes that giant. I don't. Is it still out here? Yeah. Is it? No. My giant. Oh yeah, it's over there. My giant Dodge Daytona. The company New Bright. I think they make a road grader. They had a D9 dozer, and I think they had a road grader. Yeah, the only problem I had with this was, like I said, it's so fast you lose sight of it quick. I mean, literally, you can't blink. Um, you'll lose it. It's so damn fast that yeah, if you lose sight of it in an instant, it'll be gone. You won't be able to see it. You just want a static model of a road grader? Really? Let me see if I can find one. Maybe I can print you one. Let me go look. They have everything else out here. They might have one. Let's look. Yep, they make them. I can 3D print you one. God, they got quite a selection of them. Holy crap! Yeah, there's quite a bunch of these out here. Wow, that's amazing. I wouldn't have thought that'd be that popular, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out here. Interesting. Yeah, Kenny Rogers was in the show the Zoom uh, last night. Yeah, last night. Yeah, he's doing all right. Um, can you still get yoga pants? Absolutely, you can still get yoga pants. Absolutely. I never took them down. They're still there. Go order yourself some yoga pants. Yeah, apparently Kenny's intestines were um, charred up from his cancer radiation, and they did. That's exactly what they did to my dad. So they had to remove more of his intestines, and now he has to go get shots 3 times a week, injections or what do they call them? They transfusions. So he's got to sit in a chair 8 hours while they transfusion 3 days a week, and in 6 weeks they're gonna see if what's left of his intestines are gonna do the job. You know, grab the food, you know, the nutrition out of the food he eats, and use it. So yeah, he seemed to be in pretty good spirits, you know, considering. Man, he's doing better than I would. I don't think I could have done it. I don't. I think I would have gave up. I don't think I could have done what he's doing. Um, oh, did you guys have a Zoom today, Wild Bill? Oh, cool. And Kenny went flying today. That's good news. Good to hear that. Yeah, I do too, Michael. It's, you know, when doctors, you know, fuck up like that, I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, when the guy ruined my dad, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He just over radiated the shit out of him. His whole insides were just turned to potato chips. So he was constantly in the ER, bleeding out because the stuff inside would just crumble, and then he'd start bleeding internally. And yeah, it was a nightmare. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, yeah, that's good news too. Yeah, definitely good medication. Go flying. I gotta go pee. Be right back. Hang on a second. Let me close up this box. Okay. I was going to show you the new, oh, there it is. It is in here. Let me show you that first. Hold on a second. Let me set that there. All right, so you remember this, and let me try something here. I know I'm gonna push some buttons, but we're not gonna ruin anything. Trust me. I want to see if I can get the other camera working. Okay, I got it. Yay, it worked. Okay. Let me switch cameras here. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let me get caught up here. All right, let me get caught up. Hold on a second. You guys keep saying you missed the tent. What was so great about the tent? All right, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna make up a green screen of the inside of the tent as my background, so it looks like I'm in the tent. All right, because I got the green screens right there, so we can. I don't even have to really do anything. I just need to point the camera that way, and we could go right to the green screen right now, because the green screen's still hanging right there. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys could watch the spool roll while I'm printing right here. Yep, could do that too. Okay, all right. So anyway, so let me show you something. All right, so we're going to go to this screen, and I'm going to show you. This is an unmolested chrome painted mask. Now you see all the layer lines and all that. And see, that was deliberate. I didn't prep this. I just wanted to see how reflective, how shiny the paint was. Okay. And from this camera, yeah, when you're looking at it this way, it looks pretty damn shiny, almost like chrome. I mean, it looks really good. All right, now I'm going to show you the prepped one and what it looks like. And this isn't a final. I got to work on it a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with this. All right, so now look at this one here, and then I'll give you the close-up. And this is paint, guys. I mean, this is so, and I think if I clear coat this, I think it's going to get even more chrome looking. Okay, but this is pretty close to chrome here. All right. It really came out nice. All right, now I'm going to show you the close-up. Don't worry about what's in the eye. You know, oh, see now there's a. That's why I got to do another coat. That little line right there that showed up because you can't see it when you're looking at it here, but it showed up in the camera right there, and that's one of the things I'm bummed about. So I'm gonna have to wet sand this again and shoot it again. But yeah, look at. I mean, you can see the strapping in the ceiling reflecting in this chrome here. Yeah, you can see the whole ceiling in the chrome. Yeah, that one little right there, that line, that ziggly line. I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know why it did that. It almost looks like a bug crawled through the paint while it was wet, which is possible. That could have been what happened. I don't know. But yeah, no layer lines, no. It's just. So that came out really, really, really good. This paint is amazing. That's the closest thing I've ever had in paint that looks like chrome. It really is amazing. So that's my chrome uh, version of the Iron Man mask. Okay, so I'm gonna lay that right here. Let's turn it around so you guys can see the chrome. Like that. Oh, let's turn it this way. Okay. Let me go back to the chat. Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I got, like I said, I'm not painting in a spray booth, so um, so the so something, shit happens. I'm trying to keep it clean and stuff. I think what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to make a tin foil like tent that I can spray it and then set it over it so that it'll kind of seal it up so nothing can get in there to get in the paint. I don't think I won't be able to keep a bug from crawling in there, but at least nothing that's in the air will fall on it. No dust or whatever that's floating around in the air. The tent will prevent it from falling into the paint. So the cup cam. Paul Ballard, you're going to bed now? Why am I not in the Zoom? I didn't know there was a Zoom. That would probably be why I'm not in it. I didn't know you were zooming. Yeah, of course you want a chrome plated girl figure with boobs, of course. Yeah, they're out there, and I could actually, what's his name? Urban Legend or no? Hang on, let me look for his name again. Um, Not Urban Legend, the other guy, the guy that does the 3D hen 3 drink electroplating 3D print. Yeah, he's the guy to do a big boob girl for you. Being chrome. Big Jim, what's up? Zoom's up, not for long. Why is it not for long? Isn't Spencer not even there? I thought Spence was out um, today. Well, it depends, JCB. There's different clears. What kind of clear are you using? And what are you painting over? So I happen to be pretty good at this painting thing, so I can answer some of these questions. Been doing the paint thing for a long time. 3D printing, not so long. 8 years, but painting I've been doing for forever. So, oh, he's in bed. Are you in the back of your truck in bed? Is where you're? Are you still living in your truck? Tamiya clear over chrome. Okay, so what you might want to try. And I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not sure. Um, Now, are you clearing over real chrome or paint chrome? Oh, okay, over the Tamiya plastic chrome. Okay, all right. So go to any of the big stores. Doesn't matter. Everybody should have it. Minwax, water-based polyurethane. Now this is a different brand, and I have not tried this yet. This is called Verathan, Verathan, I guess. Um, it's also polyurethane. Now they have water-based and oil-based. Do not get the oil-base. The water-base is what you want. The oil-base is yellow, so the water-base won't. So try clearing it with this and see if it doesn't do better. And then if that doesn't work, um, I've been using a this is Duplicolor Perfect Match Protective Clear Coat. Okay, you might try this. This has worked good in the past. Um, but certain clears work better. They have different behaviors. That's why I say you need to try different stuff. Roy, what's up? Now I've had really good success with this clear coat from Duplicolor. It's been able to go over everything, but I haven't tried it over chrome yet. So, but the urethane I've used, and then there's one more that I just got, and I believe, I think it's Rust-Oleum clear, and this is Rust-Oleum chrome. This that I painted the mask with, that's so shiny. And Adam Savage was doing a Mandalorian helmet, and he painted the helmet with their chrome paint, and it looked like this. And then when he shot that clear over it, it got even better. It got even more chrome, and it was amazing looking. So I already had the chrome paint. I didn't know about the clear. So I was going to try this clear or this clear over this, but I think I'm going to try the the clear that Adam used. But yeah, these are these are a couple of different clears I use all the time. I've been using this for years. And the urethane I just started trying to clear coat foam airplanes. Because this actually, when it dries, the Minwax, or well, I'm assuming it's going to do the same thing. The polyurethane actually adds a stiffness, like a hardness to the shell of the foam. So it makes it a little more durable. It doesn't dent as easy. So you clear your plane at the same time you're protecting the paint, you're also protecting the foam. So it works out really well. I've clear coated several airplanes over the years with the polyurethane. I did my RV-8 actually. When I got it out of the box, first thing I did was I clear coated it. And you know, that plane has held up amazingly well. I mean, it still looks really good considering it's, man, it's almost 10 years old now, I think. Now there's a couple of new parts on it. One of the wings is brand new because I don't know if you remember, one of the wings got snapped in half when the microburst went through the flying field there at Imperial. So I had to replace that wing, and you can't tell as far as the white and the smoothness of the wing. You can't tell the two apart. Now the orange on the new wing was a little bit lighter orange than the old wing, so there's a slight color difference in the orange, but you can't tell. I mean, you would never notice that one wing's older than the other. They look like they're the same age. You'd never know one's new and the other one isn't. So yeah, so there's a couple of different clear ideas to try. See what you think. I mean, I don't know how they're going to behave, but I know for sure that not every clear is the same. So this is paint. This isn't urethane. And I don't know what kind of paint this is. And this is the urethane. And then the Rust-Oleum, I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can... listen, I have to repair... we can do some Gorilla Gluing tonight if you want. I got to repair my batleth that went south on me, and I'm thinking I'm going to do the urethane or the mix up Gorilla Glue to fix it. So so we might do that. It's an option. We could do that tonight. The one thing that is working out really good, I'm so impressed with this, is my shield. This thing is coming out unbelievable. So what you're looking at here is almost the final sand. I mean, it's pretty, it's almost perfectly smooth. I have a little bit more work to do to it, but it's, you know, it's been painted, wet sanded. You know, I wet sanded the red, and then I shot some more gray over the red, and this thing is as smooth as a baby's ass. And there's a couple of tiny layer lines that are super, super fine. So I think if I shoot the final red on it and then give it a wet sand, if there's a layer line left when I shoot the last coat of red, which doesn't have to be the last coat, I'm just thinking it will be, I think they'll wet sand out. That's how close we are to perfection. And there's just a couple of them here and there. This is all perfectly smooth, all of this. And this was a high spot that is really gone away. That's what that little dot right there was, the high spot. Let me get it a light where you can see it. Yeah, at the top. You can kind of see it there. There's a little like football shaped dark spot in that gray right there. And that was the high spot. So I was sanding that out, and that it seems to be gone now. I can't feel it anymore. So this is really smoothing out beautiful. This is going to be really, so that chrome on the mask is going to be the star, and the center section here, okay, is going to be that chrome. Um, why am I touching baby's ass? Hey, why not? um, it's been a while since you watched glue drying. Yeah, that's true. It has been a while. um, and then just like I've got this cast to make it look like a candy apple red that I'm going to spray over it. So it's not going to be red. It's going to be a candy the same color of the helmet. If you can see there, the helmet's got the candy apple on it. Both of them, the real helmet and my helmet, both are almost identical color. So that's what the red's going to have. And then I have a candy blue also, a metal cast blue. So this is all going to be chrome in between the stars and the star. And then I'm going to tape off the star and then shoot that cast blue into the area around here. And I'm just going to I'm going to add another coat until I get the color I want. Every time I put a coat on, it'll get a little darker. It'll still have that, because the chrome's going to show through. So it's going to have that chrome look to it, but it'll just get a little darker with each coat. And when I get enough that I like it, I'll stop. So, yeah, it's not a gladiator shield. This is Captain America's shield. That's why it's going to, it's red, white, and blue, although it's going to be red, chrome, and blue. But yeah, this is really, and I'm just, why I'm so impressed with this, guys, is because it was 4 separate pieces. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it glued together and sanded out, and all the pieces fit. There's no hint. So there's right there. I think that's yeah, I got to fill that. There's a little bit of a problem right there. That's okay. That's okay. And there's 2 little slits in the star that I need to fill. I forget where. I can't see them right now. Oh, right there. There's one of them right there. It's tiny. And so I got to do a little bit more finish work here, but we're almost done with this. But it's just that it's this big. It's 24 inches, which, there's a debate out there what size the shield really is. And 24 inches seems to be the most recognized. I've seen 22 and all the way up to 28. I've never seen anybody say 26. 28, 24, and 22 has seemed to be the numbers that keep getting jostled around. This is 24. And that's as big as I can go with this printer. So, and it just happens that I think it's the right size. Yeah, it's 26. Yeah, well, that again, it depends on who you're talking to. And I also know that the shield he used in the movie has a smaller star than this, but I also have a picture of him holding a shield with a big star like this. So again, which one's right, which one's not, it's all up for interpretation. So, hey Michael, what's up? How you doing, man? But anyway, yeah, you're right. It's a perfect size shield for me. I don't need a 28-inch shield. I can hide behind a 24. Anyway, so I'm really happy with this. This is coming out really cool. The batleth's coming out really cool too, but it warped. It warped in the garage the other night, and it got hot enough in here, and I had it like propped up, so it got hot and it sagged. So I tried to straighten it, and I did, but it left a couple of buckles in the top layer. So now I'm trying to figure out how I want to fix the buckles, and I'm thinking I'll mix up some Gorilla Glue and spread it on there and let it foam up, and then I can sand that all smooth again, and then use the putty to fill in the little micro holes, and just a lot more work though, But I think I could fix it, and if not, I'll just print another one. It's not that big a deal. it's a long print, and it's a lot of work to prep it for the final, final finish. But it is what it is. We'll. Yeah, I think I was watching a documentary with all the Avengers. They were all talking about the movie and making the movie and all the fun stuff. And I think I watched a bunch of them, so I don't remember which one I was watching, but I think Steve said, or you know, Chris Evans, I think he said that the movie shield was 24 inches. I think, but it's not that one. My star's too big. The movie one's got a smaller star, so the rings are wider. My rings are thinner, and the star's bigger. But there is a promo in one of the, I found it online, and there's a promo of him holding that shield with the big star. And I'm like, so, I picked this one honestly because I didn't think it was going to work. So I just grabbed one, blew it up as big as I could blow it up as a test to see how good could I do this. And unlike the batleth, this has been working, and it's coming out great, and I'm really excited about it. The batleth I did right off the bat because I thought I could do it. I thought it would just come out, and I'm having more damn trouble with the batleth that I'm not having with this shield. So so it's just exactly the opposite what's happening is what I expected, and that's kind of driving me nuts. I really thought that the shield was going to be the problem, and the batleth was going to be a dream, and it's just exactly the opposite. So, but we're going to work it out. I'm learning a lot of things as I go. So, the amount of infield I have in the shield's fine because this is rock solid. So I didn't need any more infield in that. I'm thinking I need more infield in the batleth because it warped, and I don't think it would have warped if I had more infill in it. I think that would have kept it stronger, so the heat wouldn't have warped it. Yeah, my hacker's back. Tonight all he's doing is changing windows. I can close the other windows. That's a good idea. Let's just do that. God, I don't want to close that one though. Oh, Michael Bear, you wish your wife wanted that. You would beg her for that if she wanted that. Yeah, I know. All right, Fred. So keep me posted because I want to know how much, if any, um, penalty you're going to pay to Medicare because you didn't sign up at 65. So I'm really interested in that because I'm getting on conflicting. Uh, that you will have to pay, you won't have to pay, and no, can't get a straight answer. So let me know what happens with you. I want to know if they're going to tag you for not signing up at 65, and so I know what to expect because I'm coming up to 65 this year. So if I don't get on board, I know I'm going to have to pay. If I don't go get a job, I'm going to have to pay for certain. It's the job thing is where I'm wondering whether they tag you for it or not. So keep me posted on that. I want to know what happens. There's my little my gold benchy. Oh, so this is the color of the other. I'm not gonna go get it if you guys want to see it, but this is the blue ocean. They call this ocean blue. It looks more like um, teal. Oh, look at that effect that's coming through. That's all the infill on the. See on the back the infill. It's actually coming through on the front side here. You can see a little texture of it. Where'd it go? Yeah, right there. That looks cool. So anyway, so I printed that big pink purple mauve colored singing dragon. I printed a smaller one so it'll fit on the shelf behind me, out of that color, just to see if I could do it. See how it came out. Came out really good. It's a cute dragon. It looks really cool. So let me think what else I've been printing lately. They Oh, I don't know if I showed you this. Here's my V8 spark plug holder. That's I don't know if it's a small block Chevy or not, but it could be a big block actually. But yeah, it's a 3D printed block, and it actually has. I don't have the main caps, but the caps that are there to mount, to put a cap on it, so you can literally put a crankshaft in bearings in there and put main caps on it. It's pretty realistic. It's a nice looking, and I can make it any size I want. I made it this size so it's a spark plug holder. It's actually these don't brand new spark plugs fit right in these holes. These have a little bit of rust on them and they don't fit. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to fit in the hole. It can just sit crooked like that for all that matters. But yeah, see, you put this on the top of the motor, and as you take the spark plugs out of the hole, you can put them right in the cylinder that they came out of. To keep them organized, so you can, do your, inspection of which cylinder's doing what. I didn't invent this. It's a file on Thingiverse. I just built. I blew it up a little bigger, just so that I could put spark plugs in it. I wanted it to be a spark plug holder, so I made it a little bigger. I guesstimated on the size, and I was pretty damn close. So what'd you learn, Michael, with your retirement planner? Any good news? Anything you're figuring out? Okay, what's HSA contribution? What does that mean? Yeah, according to what's going on, from what I'm seeing on the internet, we're all getting fucked. I don't know. Yeah, Deb and I just had a heart to heart the other night. Yeah, I don't think either one of us are going to be able to retire. Um, we're just going to have to keep working, mostly just so we have health insurance, because our Medicare is going to go south. We're going to end up paying for everything. Yeah, so that's, I don't know. Thank you. Thanks, Roy. So yeah, Fred, what is at the HSA? What is that? I don't. Is that home shopping aisle three? I don't know. I don't know what HSA is. I'm not. I'm not. I have no idea how this shit works. Yeah, we'll call it a small block Chevy. It's fine. So something we heard the other day, haven't been able to confirm it yet, but um, health savings account. Okay, so is that what you're paying into Social Security, or is this a different account? I shouldn't have said Social Security. When they take it out of your paycheck, they're taking out for Medicare. Is that what this is? Health savings account? Is that Medicare, or is that a separate one from Medicare? I think I'm using the wrong spark. It probably it goes in that way. It'll work now. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, I started a sneezing war last night. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die. So did Deb. She came out like, "Are you all right?" Yeah, yeah, just one of my sneeze attacks. Thank God I don't get them very often, but boy, when I get them, oh my god. No, well, but that's why I want to know what it is. Is it something I need to stop paying in if I am paying into it, or I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure all this shit out because it's all coming at me wide open throttle. I'm going to turn 65 this year, and I don't know if I'm supposed to. If you're not working and you don't take your Medicare At 65, you pay penalty. You got to pay them back for every month that you weren't on Medicare. You got to pay them back. So I either have to go back to work, or I have to take my Medicare, and I don't want to take my Medicare. Because I don't want to pay the $185, which I hear is going to double. For so that I can have co-pays. I mean, I'm doing better than that right now with the insurance I have, and they told me I'm good for the rest of the year, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm on the plan I have is good for the whole year, and I don't have to pay anything this year. I've been paying every year for like 5 years now, not much, anywhere from like $37 a month to, I think at one point it went up to $47 a month. But I have no co-pays. All my meds are free. It's not like a $5. Everything's free. I don't have to pay for co-pays, office visits, ER visits. I don't pay anything, and I don't pay for my meds. All my medicine's free. But I had that small, thing I had to pay every month. And if I go on Medicare, I got to pay a lot more, and I got to pay for my drugs. Either I don't know what it is, $5, $20, something. I know, but I know I gotta pay at both ends, and it's gonna suck. So, I'm probably gonna have to go back to work and get back on company insurance, so I don't have to take my Medicare. So, which is not what Deb and I wanted to do. We wanted to retire and kind of travel a little bit and go see things, and I don't see that happening. I don't think we're going to ever be able to do that. I think we're still going to get away for a couple of months to come fly with all you guys. But that was the big picture. The big picture was after the house was done and everything, and we're both retired, we were going to, which was probably not going to be until probably 2030 is when we'll finally be both retired and all that. The new trailer's in, the garage is finished, we're both retired, and then we were gonna go, do a little traveling. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So we'll see. Oh Jesus, is that right? No, Michael, see, that's where, Deb's 76, okay, and she is not enrolled in Medicare because she's got a medical plan with work. So she doesn't have to. And from what I understand, she's not going to pay a penalty either, because she's working and has a medical plan at work. But she is still not getting Medicare. She hasn't enrolled in Medicare yet. She's still working. And her medical insurance at work is fantastic. So, and her boss pays for it because she's been there 23 years. She doesn't have to pay into it anymore. He pays for everything. So yeah, that's another one of those, hearsay. I heard this, I heard that, So I know for a fact she's not in Medicare, and she doesn't have to be. Because she's working. Yeah, exactly, Michael. You're right. The whole thing's fucked. So the way this other guy explained it to me was it's like car insurance. You can't enroll into Medicare because you have a big, operation coming up, and you want Medicare to pay for it. That's it's like car insurance. If that's the way the car insurance companies work, they'd all be out of business. So you have to pay into it every month, and then or you have to pay a penalty. So if I don't go back to work and don't enroll, I'm going to pay a penalty every month. When I finally do take my Medicare, they're going to double book me. Well, not double. I guess it was at 10% at one point, then it was 100%. Now I think it's 50%. So they're gonna bill me an extra 50% of my Medicare, until I pay back the months that I didn't pay in. That's how it works. But I don't know, you know, uh, so I don't know for sure that Deb's not going to pay a penalty. I know she's not enrolled in Medicare because she has her own insurance, but I don't know if that means that she's not going to pay a penalty. So anyway, so Fred said he's been working with somebody. So so keep me posted, Fred. I really need to know what's going on. Yeah, you can't double dip it. Right, exactly. Right. So, but that's not what I was my problem. My problem was I don't want it at all. I don't want to pay into it. I mean, I don't want to sign up for Medicare. All right. And I don't have to if I'm still working and got medical insurance at work. But if I don't, then I'm supposed to. And if I don't, I'm going to, every month I don't sign up, I'm going to pay a penalty. So the problem is that my current medical, I'm covered for the whole year. I'm good till next year, what February, when they start the whole enrollment thing again. So they said, nope, you're all good. You're good for the whole year. You don't have to worry about nothing, and I don't have to pay nothing. So, but I'm going to turn 65 in October. So am I going to start getting penalized from October to the end of the year and then into February because I didn't enroll because I don't have to because I'm covered for this year? That's my problem. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So I don't think you answered my question, Fred. So that HAS whatever it was, that HSA whatever, yeah, is that yeah, the HSA, was that an additional policy that you had your company was taking out for you for your personal medical insurance, or is that actually what was going to Medicare? That money, because you said you stopped it, so I'm trying to understand what that meant. That's why I'm asking. You said you already stopped that. So what exactly did you stop? I'm trying to grasp what we're talking about here. Yeah, exactly. It's all fucked up. It really is. It's oh god. So you're paying 248 a month to work? It comes out of your check, Michael? Is that what you're saying, that they pay 248 a month for your health care, your work health care? Because you're not on Medicare, are you? Or are you? I'm getting bombarded by phone calls every day. Hi, we work for the health, health, blah, blah, blah. And we just want to, help you with your Medicare. Stop calling me. Right. Yeah, that part I knew, Fred. Yep. Yeah. What I'm trying to figure out is what did you stop? This HSA. What was that? What did you stop paying? Oh, is that what that is? Okay. So, all right. Then my next question is if you've banked all this money to pay with expenses, or are you banking money that, or are you just? It's like an insurance policy that you pay into it, you pay for it, and then they pay your expenses, part, all, whatever. How does that work? Are you getting any money back because you stopped it? What does that involve? Yeah, I guess in Florida you can buy the supplement plan, and that'll pay for Part B, and it also pays for Part C, and um, and then you can qualify for Medicaid, which will give you food stamps and all kinds of stuff. Linda was on that. The girl I was dating, she had that set up, so she was getting I think $180 a month to spend on food, or pharmacy, whatever, from her Medicaid, not Medicare, from her Medicaid plan. She was getting all this extra money to use for food and her medications and whatever. Yeah, I know that, Michael. I'm not trying to get into it. I'm trying to understand what it is. Um, I'm not going to sign up for it. I mean, maybe I am, and when I go back to work for Disney, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Maybe that they're going to sign me up for it. I don't know. I know we had a great medical plan when I was working there. It was great. We have doctor's offices and a hospital on property. Okay, I don't even have to leave Disney property. I can go right to the doctor's office. I mean, I can have them break me off a bus. Listen, I got to go to the doctor. Break me off the bus, and they break me off the bus, and I go to the doc, and I get paid while I'm at the doctor's office. So, yeah, we do all of it in house at Disney, so I don't have to do anything. Um, Here's everybody's favorite. I'll put this up. There you go. How about that? How do you like me now? There you go. Yeah. Got. Yeah. Yeah. Ryan should be here. He's my biggest vase fan. This is this particular color scheme is one of the most uh, a fan favorite. This I get a lot of requests for, and it's hard to produce because it's on the spool, and you have to wait till it comes around and then stop the print or whatever you're printing to start the new print with this much of the jade green in the roll that transfers from the jade to the purple to the red, the pink to red. So it's hard to get it to stop. You might have to ruin a print, aka bong. Yeah, there you go. To get that color scheme exactly right, and I don't get it exactly right. I've got several variants of it, but yeah, but everybody that sees this one loves it. So this, and then the solid blue translucent one. Everybody loves those two. So yeah, I could print a water pipe. Sure. I don't think you could use it. You got to heat it, don't you? Um, it At least I couldn't print it out of this. Maybe I don't have any of the high temperature stuff, but maybe a carbon fiber reinforced nylon, maybe. This stuff melts easy. This is one of the lowest temperature. The PLA is one of the very low temperature ones. So that's why my batleth warped. So I had it propped up so it would dry. I had done some putty work underneath it, and I didn't want it to stick to the table, so I propped it up on something. And while it was propped up, it got hot and it sagged. So I came back in. The top of the one blade, this part here, up here, sagged. So now it's crooked like this, right? Because it was propped up like this. So this part could dry, and the heat got to it, and then it heated enough and it sagged. So now this was bent. So I straightened it. I heated it up with a heat gun, straightened it. Didn't get it perfect, but close enough probably. But then the top side buckled. The bottom side's okay, but the top side all buckled in from me pushing it back down. So now I have to fill that with something where it buckled. So I'm thinking I'd fill it with my Gorilla Glue mixture, because that sand's super easy. So I could put that in it to fill it, get the most of it filled, and then sand it smooth, and then go back over it with probably that red Bondo putty or the wall spackle, either one, and fill in all the micro holes and sand that smooth, and then paint it, and it'll work. But it's all this extra work again. Like I said, the shield's working out great, but the damn batleth is just being a pain in my ass. I just can't get that thing to behave to save my life. It's just really been a pain in the butt. Yeah, thank you, Roy. Yeah, it's like I said, I've got all these. I'll show you what some of these look like, how it comes off the roll. Most of the faces are in the other room. Okay, well that'll. Okay, let me grab this. This kind of demonstrates it. All right, so basically, okay, so the top of this one's starting to turn pink. Okay, so the bottom of this one's pink. So when I finish this one, this is where the roll stopped. So the next one started here with the pink. Okay, and then it turned into this orange, and now it's going back to green. Okay. So if I kept, this is just starting to turn green up here at the top. So there's exactly the transition from green to the blue to the purple to the red to the pink to orange, and then I believe it goes from orange back to green. And so you get 3 different color schemes. Because you're going to have orange, then the green, and that's when I have to stop it to get it to start the green again on this one. So that's how it works. It's complicated, but that's how it works. And so to reproduce this over and over again, at some point I got to waste. I guess I could shorten. I could make a smaller vase, so I wouldn't have to waste it. You know, I'd have to calculate how much smaller to make this, and just shrink it down so that it would print to the right amount to end up. So I start with the green. You know, this part of the green where it's turning the jade green, and because it's almost lime green when it starts. I don't know if I have a. Well, here, this is the same roll, and it's this green. Okay, so it starts kind of when it transfers from the orange to the green. It's this light green, and then it gets darker to the jade green as it goes. So that's kind of how it works. So I could downsize a smaller vase, or it doesn't have to be a vase. You could print something, anything, just something that's smaller, so that it would finish, and I would end up with, you know, the color I need, you know, to start this one again. So, and I don't, you know, it might come to that. Not right now. I don't have any kind of waiting list for these or anything, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that would be the ideal thing to do, so that I don't waste the filament. Maybe I'd print a little engine or something out of that color, to use up the little bit of color difference from this, and to get back to this. And then, you know, so I would have instead of just throwing the filament away, I would have something printed, whatever it is, you know, smaller vase, engine block, whatever. You know, if it's, you know, space shuttle, if you're going to paint it anyway, it doesn't matter what you make it out of. So that's why, you know, the first batleth I've got in the house is printed out of this exact thing. So it keeps changing color, you know, from one end to the other. It, you know, it's you know, the green to the blue to the purple to the red to the orange, and back to the green again, and it just keeps going. So it looks like a big candy cane. My batleth in the house is one end to the other, just keeps changing color as it goes, and which looks really cool. A girl would love it, you know, because it's very colorful. You know, it's rainbow color. It's cool, but not very authentic. But I was going to paint it anyways. I didn't care. But this stuff is so brittle. This particular brand. This is Creality's brand, but it's just regular PLA. It's not the PLA Plus. So this has no strength in it at all. That's why this broke in half. And you can see in the end, there's the green right there. You know, so that's what it just keeps if I look at it cross-eyed, it breaks. You know, and I just got tired of it. So I printed in that black, and it's tough as nails. The black is super tough. That's what the shield's printed in, this black. So now I've got a good strong one, except now in the heat of the garage, it warped. So I just can't catch a break on the batleth. That's just been a pain in my ass. And it's so cool. I mean, it's going to be so cool when I finally get a good one, but I just haven't got there yet. So I'm thinking about making a new print and maybe increasing the infill, so maybe it won't warp so easy. So I don't know. Yeah. A gay Vulcan would love it. Yep, exactly. Not a Vulcan, a Klingon. A gay Klingon would love it. It's a Klingon weapon. Yeah, yeah. So, and I've been learning a lot. Like when I made this one, where's the other one at? Oh, it's over there. There's too much junk on the floor. Okay, so this was the first one I made on the the K1C, which is, you know, a smaller volume printer, so it's a smaller batleth. And you know, I learned how to cut it up to get the 4 sections. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to get it bigger. But this is smaller than that. But what I didn't do on this one that I should have, you know, didn't dawn on me. When I made it bigger, I only made it longer. I didn't make it girthier. So this thing's paper thin. Okay. And this one's warped. Yeah. So this one's warped laying out here too. So now this one's warped. So I have to lay it this way, I guess. See, I don't know. But I didn't, it's too thin. You know, it's paper thin. And I should have left it proportional, you know, maintain aspect ratio until I got it full size on the plate. And then when I cut it, and then the last bit would have been just to make it longer, but it would be thicker. See, this thing's super thin. You know, so I learned that, but it looks cool. And this is just plain bare gold filament. It's no, actually there is a clear coat on this. So let me find it here. Part of this is cleared. Yeah, it's this over here. So this has a gold cast clear on it, which made it a shade different. Not too much, but it's a little bit different. And I imagine if I put more coats on it, it would get even golder, yellower. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm going to print a new one of these now on the bigger printer. So it'll be even bigger yet, but it'll be girthier too. It'll be thick, you know, like that one. Not that thick, but it'll be thicker. Not this paper thin that I did the first time around because I didn't know any better. And so it's a learning process. I'm learning a lot. I might have $100 invested in filament by the time I figure it out. But eventually I'll have a good one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we could get Bixler to get a vase flying. That'd be cool. Yeah, well, honestly, Michael, because I don't have a big enough audience to do stupid shit like that. It's not worth it. Well, you know, I don't. You know, I'm not Flight Test. Who the hell's going to want to watch me fly a vase, right? You know, everybody want to watch Josh fly a vase, but nobody's going to want to watch me fly a vase. So I go to a lot of trouble for nothing. It'd be easy enough to do. You know, I mean, there's no problem putting, you know, I could build a fuselage right through the middle of this, and then there'd be wings, you know, wings out here, nose out here, you know, a hatch to put the battery in it, you know. It wouldn't be hard to do. Yeah, Roy, you weren't here. I already said I'm going to do that. I'm going to download a file. I'm going to go ahead and buy a file and download it just to print it. I don't know if I'll put it together and fly it, but I'm going to actually print a flyable file, you know, and glue it together, and then we'll see. You know, then maybe I'll decide to go ahead and do the rest. See, the problem right now is I don't have time to build an ARF airplane, but I can build. I mean, I can glue it together, but as far as, you know, setting it all up and putting all the controls in it and the servos in it, and ESC and a fan I don't have time for all that right now. The building this it takes all my time. So printing is easy. You know, it takes 10-15 minutes to set the print up, and it's going to print the batleth, you know, all 4 pieces. I'll show you how it works. Here's a fail. It's my fault. I screwed it up. All right, but this is the big size batleth right here. All right, these 4 pieces are on the build plate all at the same time, just like this. Okay. And this one's facing this way. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the build plate. These are actual size. This is they're not long enough. I ran out of filament, and I accidentally hit stop instead of pause, so it stopped the print. And if I had paused it, I could have changed the reel, and then it would have continued on. But I accidentally hit stop. My fault. But that's so you get all four of these on there, and it prints for like 15 hours. And when it's done, it's the whole thing is there. You don't have to like print one piece at a time. I got all four on the build plate at the same time, and when I'm done, it takes seconds to glue it together, and you've got a full batleth. I mean, it doesn't take long at all to glue it together. I mean, literally, you're CAing it together. It takes seconds to glue it together, and then you're done. And then it's all just sanding and painting, to make it look nice. And so, I set this up to print. It's going to print for half a day, and then I go work. I go work on the garage. I'm not going to sit here babysitting this. So this doesn't take any time at all. So the same thing. Printing the airplane isn't going to take any time of mine. I'm going to set it up. It's going to print for however many hours. Take it off. Put the next set on. 15 hours later or however long, and just keep doing it until I'm done. And then, but once it's done, now I got to glue it all together, which I'll probably do because that doesn't take long with the CA. So I can glue it all together and make an airplane. But now you're talking about installing the hinges, control horns, control rods, all the servos, running all the wiring, plug it all in, radio, that's what's going to take all the time. And I don't have time for that. Not right now. I don't have time to build. I've got 4 ARFs already sitting here where all this is already done. All I got to do is, assemble it. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time to assemble, So, well, Michael, I see that's the other part of it. It depends on what they printed it with. See, there's all these different kinds of filament, and some are stronger than others, and some are more brittle than others, and some are, you could hit it with a bat and you're not going to break it. It depends on what you're printing with, and that's the trick. Is what filament is the best filament to print with. Of course, there's a weight factor also. Depending on what you print with, could be heavier. So, yeah, I've seen guys build airplanes, and I think some of them are using that new Aero PLA. There's a new lightweight, strong version of PLA that's specifically designed for printing airplanes, and that seems to work pretty good. It's expensive, but it seems to work pretty good. You'll wait for Vase version 2. I agree, Bill. I will too. I'll wait for version 2. But my new batleth and that's the other thing is, it warped in the heat. So now if I take this thing out to the flying field in the hot Florida sun, is the heat, when it heats up, is it gonna warp like this stuff did? So yeah, there's a lot of variables involved here. It's not just grab a roll of filament, print it, and go fly it. That's not how it works. There's way more involved than that. So yeah, exactly. Nothing beats a foamy. So that's one of the nice things about foamy. Even wood airplanes, warp. Okay. So yeah, you can, the foam airplanes are the most forgiving in every aspect. In the way you store them, the way you clean them, the way you fly them, how you fix them. They're just, it's a great media for a radio control airplane because it's just durable in the right way. Yeah, my hacker's definitely back. He's all over my screen here, poking the screen again. It's like a 5-year-old that has to touch everything. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing fingerprints popping up all over the screen like a 5-year-old is just poking the screen. And when he pokes the right thing, it keeps, like he's poking your names, and when it pops that open, it wants to either make you a mediator, take your mediator away, put you in timeout. So when he pokes that on one of you guys, if he pokes it again in the right spot, you guys might get deleted. It could happen. But apparently this hacker doesn't have that good of control. Maybe he's on a phone doing it, and the tiny little screen doesn't give him the accuracy he needs to really screw me up. But nonetheless, he's definitely screwing me up. Yeah, I think it's called Arrow PLA, and it's specifically designed for printing airplanes. But it's expensive. This stuff is about $12 a roll. This PLA Plus. That Arrow, I think it's either $25 or $35 a roll, and probably going to need 4 rolls, not 4 full rolls, like 3.5, 3 3/4, almost 4 rolls of filament to print an airplane. So we're looking at $100 to $150 worth of filament to print an airplane that will hold up to, E-Flite Turbo Vase X for night flying. Now there'd be a night Turbo Vase X. So do I want to experiment with that filament? No, I'm not going to start with that. Just like I'm experimenting with this, running the rainbow filament for a vase is great, but it didn't work shit for printing a batleth. So now I printed one of this black, and it worked out great until it warped. And now I've got this warp issue. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm getting a little frustrated for sure. Oh, so 19 to 28 per roll. Okay, there you go, on Amazon. So there you go. So, thank you, buddy. That's great. So there you go. So instead of $12 a roll, it's 20 to $28 a roll. And then and then I don't know how that's going to hold up in the Florida heat either. It might warp worse than this stuff. I don't know. Who knows? It's all trial and error. You got, like I said, I printed 2 batleths in that rainbow shit, and the other one's fine because it's in the house. But I was real happy with this until it warped. It was coming out great. It sanded great. It's strong. I've been able to bang it around and it hasn't broke. I was so happy with it. It was like, this is great. And then last night it warped, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So, I really got bummed about that. So I'm gonna research it some more and see what I can come up with. I might end up going like the Pet G, which is even more expensive. Actually, I think Pet G's in the same price range as the Arrow, but it has a much more tolerant for heat. You print it hotter, and it won't. It shouldn't warp, because it take a much hotter temperature to warp it. The problem I'm having with the Pet G though is it doesn't mind the glue. CA glue's okay. It's the kicker it doesn't like. You spray this kicker and it kicks it off, so it instantly hardens, and this screws up the Pet G. this soaks into it. You can see it when you spray it on it. Instead of it beating up on it like it does on the PLA, it actually soaks into it and destroys the the stiffness, the strength of the PET G. So and the way I found that out is when I printed that stiletto shoe. Okay, so I printed that shoe and I had Deb put it on and she broke the heel right off, right where I had glued it together. So I knew right away that that's not going to work. So, but as long as I can let it dry, naturally I think it'd be okay. The PET G. So stop printing the batleth. But I want a batleth. Yeah, I'm about ready to stop, honestly. I might just print Iron Man shields instead because I'm having great luck with that. I just, I wish you guys could, I'm going to bring it with you on the road when I come see you guys. So you guys can hold this and feel how substantial this is. I mean, it's heavy, for what it is. It's not like picking up a vase and it's like, oh my God, this doesn't weigh anything. No, this weighs something. It probably weighs. I'll bet it weighs every bit of 8 pounds. Okay, and it's really stiff. It's strong. It's stiff. I mean, it feels like a shield. I mean, it really feels like. I honestly think, of course, it would ruin it, but if somebody swung a knife at you or like a hatchet or something, I think this would deflect it. It would ruin it, but it would deflect it. It's not going to, Captain America shield. You can't. Well, Black Panther scratched it, but nothing else will scratch it. So yeah, it's it's not going to hold up to that. But honestly, I'm not going to try it because I want this one to be done. But I think I could stand on this. I weigh 250 pounds, and I think I could stand on this and it wouldn't break it. It's that strong. It just feels that solid. Now, I don't think it could break it standing on it. So this is really cool. And it's the same stuff that batleth did. And I think it was even, I used the same infill on this. I didn't put a heavy infill in this thing. And it just seems so structurally strong. It just feels rugged. So I'm really impressed with this. Not only how it's printing and looking and everything, but how it feels and how I haven't had, none of the seams have cracked. Once I got them glued together, they stayed together. I haven't had anything open up where I've had to re-glue it and then re-sand and paint. None of that. It's together, and inside and out. Same thing here. I mean, it's together. And if you want to watch me sand something, I could. This is the white wall spackle here. I could sand that. It needs sanding. If you guys want to watch me sand something, I can sand that. But yeah, this is coming out really good. I'm super impressed with this. And I know it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. Okay, now he got me into the editing. So it's trying to edit. Okay, we got out of that. Oh yeah, and he's actually there. He did it again. I gotta move this. Hang on. God, I wish I knew how to fix this so he could, I could keep him out. I don't know how to get him out. I've changed the password and everything. He still gets back in. I don't know how he's doing it. But I can't seem to keep him out. Oh, I can fix that. Oh, let's go the other way. Now I can make the edit button go away. Okay. All right. I removed the edit button, so you can't click on that again. Trying to set this down somewhere where it's safe. But there's nothing. There's no place in here safe. Maybe I can set it there for right now. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay. Listen. When it's finished, he wouldn't know it's made out of plastic. You know, he would have no way of knowing that. And listen, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to print. I wish I had. See, I never had anything fail. I can print a sample of that. Maybe I can. You know, that's what I can do. I can take 1/4 of that and print it, and then on camera, I'll stab it with a knife and show you how tough this thing really is. I can beat up a piece of it instead of building a whole shield. I'll just build 1/4 of it and print it, and then we'll throw shit at it or swing shit at it and see how well it holds up. I don't have a gladiator helmet. I have an Iron Man helmet. I don't have a gladiator helmet. Been thinking about printing the Mandalorian helmet, so I might do that. Um, been thinking about that, but I want these prints finished first. You know, I want to get the shield done, and I want to get the bat lift done. Then we'll look on expanding to something else. Hey, Victor, you back? You went and picked up Air Boss? What's a micro B? So it's 9 o'clock where you are, right, Victor? 9:08, whatever. Yeah, you're 3 hours different than me. I think you are. 124th buggy is it an RC or is it a like a slot car? $9:29. Is that what time it is there, Roy? Your clock's off. Oh no, you're not. My clock's off. Yeah, your clock's right. My clock's wrong. My phone's right. My I don't know why my computer's online and it's got the wrong time. How the hell is that? How does that happen? Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, yeah. I have 9:32 on my phone. My computer is not at 9:30. For some reason, I have no idea why that's happening. That's the first time I noticed that. All right. What happened? I accidentally hit studio mode. And it won't unstudio. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now we're back. Okay. All right. So that's cool. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Shit. It looks like he closed my damn window. I hope you guys are still out there. I lost my feed here. Let me see if I can get it back. Uh, okay. Oh, all right. There we go. All right, we're back. All right. I think I'm all right. Let me see if. No, I did lose my feed. Let's see if I can get it. Hang on. Ugh. This hacker is a pain in my ass. You win. If you can hear me, you're winning. I concede. Please stop. You know, you're just killing me. Oh God. All right. I got it back up before. How did I do it? I thought I just did this. It's not working. Why is this not working? I don't need to be in studio mode, but you know, yeah, I can't get the studio mode back up. I don't know how that happened. Ugh. All right, I'm in regular. I'm in the same room you're in now. I don't have control over it anymore. Um, I have control of. I can still change cameras because that's done in OBS, but I can't do anything else. I'm uh, I'm in here just like you. So this that's the best I can do. Of course, Screwhead can't screw with me anymore. So you know now that he closed that window, now he can't screw with it anymore. I can't screw with it either. So we're both locked out. But it'll continue until I go to OBS and shut it down. So anyway. Oh, is that right? You got booted out? Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. See that? Well, he booted us all out, so now he can't come back in to boot anybody else out because he's out. I don't have control over it. He doesn't have control over it. Um, this the only way I can end this session now is when I end it in OBS. It'll when the feed stops feeding it to YouTube, it'll automatically, you know, end the episode. So, yeah. So all right. So yeah, he. I guess that's the way I got to deal with him. I just get the show started, then close the damn studio window so he can't. Neither one of us can do anything with it. I really don't do anything in the studio when all I can do is watch the analytics. Everything else I do is done in OBS when I do camera changes and stuff like that. So I can still do that. I just can't, you know, literally work in the chat, you know, in studio mode where I can. I really don't do anything in there, honestly, other than look at the analytics while the show's going on, but I don't really do anything else. A very small bee? 16 likes. Not bad, guys. Thank you. Appreciate the likes. That's pretty good. That's pretty much 100%. I don't think we've been higher than 16 tonight. So it's just about every one of you hit the like button. So thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, something else I want to tell you guys. Listen, I know one of you guys is screwing with me. You keep subscribing, unsubscribing, resubscribing, unsubscribing. I'm laughing my ass off. So just so you know, if you're trying to make me laugh, it's working because I'm cracking up. You know, like every 4 hours, or half a day, sometimes a whole day. You know, I'm at my 1890, and then I'm back to 889, and then I'm back to 1890, and then 889. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know which one of you guys is doing it, but it's pretty funny. It keeps messing up my analytics. So, but yeah, we're only 10 away from 2,000. So that's pretty cool. I'm sorry. We're 110 away. Yeah, 110 away from 2,000 subscribers. So that would be the next landmark. So, so I'm gonna try to get these. I shot I videoed every flight today. I think I did. We'll find out when I get the camera. That's the other thing. My hey. Got the good news. I reordered the pieces I need to put my brand new laptop out here. So I got everything. It came today. So I got my cards so I can plug an SD card into the new laptop and read it. And I can plug the Ethernet cable into it. So I'm going to get the new computer out here probably tonight after I shut this show down and get it set up. So that all came today. We're good to go. We're going to get that set up. I have an SD card reader built into this computer. I put a card in it. It took 2 days before it recognized the cards in there. So I shot video of the truck running around, the new truck I bought, the Vortex truck. And I couldn't edit it because the computer wouldn't recognize the card. And I'm sitting here one night, 2 days after I plugged it into there, and I forgot about it. And all of a sudden I get that ding, and I get the message at the top of the screen that says, you know, detected new card. What do you want to do with it? You silly son of a bitch! I plugged that in 2 days ago. What the hell? So I pulled the card out to put in the camera today to go do more filming. I put the other card in, and it still hasn't recognized the other card. So it's not the card. It doesn't matter what card I plug into this damn thing. It just doesn't want to recognize the card right away. It will eventually. So I'm going to get the new laptop out here. We'll see how that does. You know, it's brand new. It's a pretty nice one. It's an HP, and it's got, you know, it's got as many bells and whistles as anything else I've got. It's not that Mac Daddy thing that Barbara bought me, I don't think. Um, but you know, it's okay. I don't. It's way better than this thing, so it should be fine. Um, yeah, exactly. I know you for one are dedicated, so it just might be you. I know one of you is fucking with me. You know, because it's happening too regularly. I mean, there's no way I'm getting new subscribers and losing subscribers this often. You know, one both ways. Somebody's fucking with me. No, I was gonna do it today, David. I took it with me. It's in the trailer, but it was too windy today, so I didn't maiden it. I could bring it in here and open the box if you want to see it, but yeah, I didn't get to maiden it. It was way too windy, but I did take it with me. I was hoping to. But yeah, no, it's too windy for that little thing. Generally speaking, they do really good in the wind, but it's brand new, and I didn't want to maiden it. You know, let me get a few flights in it before we go out and destroy it. So I wasn't willing to try that today. Um, but yeah, it's I took I took two airplanes out of the trailer that I couldn't fly. Well, I don't want to say I couldn't fly them. I didn't want to fly them. I took my Yak 130 out. I put that in the trailer to go help a guy set his up, and I flew it up there. But I didn't want to fly it, so I took that out, and I took out the Flex Otter, and that's a whole nother story. I took the receiver out of that to put in something else one day, and then I won that my glow in the dark radio, you know, the radio that lights up. So I wanted to put that radio in the night airplane. I want to put all my night fly stuff on that radio, so that I have a radio that lights up cool at night when I'm flying light up airplanes at night. So come to find out, and I didn't know this. I didn't know what they were doing, and I'm not happy about it. But it's okay because I can work around it. But Radio Master has come out with their own protocol, okay? And it's a pain in the ass to set up. It's not just plug it in and bind it. It's you got to download files, and I mean it's a pain in the ass. And I won two receivers the same day I won the transmitter. And you know, I thought I could just plug them in and use them. No, that's not how it works. So you got to go online, you got to download a file, you got to set it up, and I'm not doing it. So I ordered the module to put in the bay for the 4-in-1 module, so that you know, all the other protocols work. So now the radio, I can just bind any of my stuff to that radio now through the module. No, Radio Master doesn't suck. Their new protocol sucks, and which I'm not going to use. I don't have to use it. You can order the radio either way. You can order it with the long range protocol shit that they came out with for their priority, and have to go through all that setup crap, or you can order the radio with what they call the 4-in-1, which means that all the profiles are already in the radio, and then you can buy the module either way. If you want to go, you know, if you want to have the long range, you can put the module in the 4-in-1, or if you have the module or the long range, you can put the 4-in-1 module in. So I had to do that. So no, it's fine. It's just when I won it, I didn't care that it was the long range. I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. You know, I'll fly with that. No problem, right? And then I found out, you know, I went and watched a tutorial about how to set this thing up, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing this. So I ordered the 4-in-1 module and put it in the back of the radio. So now I can just bind all my Spectrum night planes, you know, I can bind anything to it. And I'm not going to screw with that new protocol they came out with, because I don't want it. It's not, you know, it's just way too complicated. When I can bind all the FR Sky receivers that I want to it and get all the telemetry and everything that I've been using for 11 years now, why do I want to switch? Why would I want to reinvent the wheel and go to this new shit? Fuck that. I ain't doing it. So I'll just keep. I got 9 brand new FR Sky 8-channel receivers with all the telemetry and bells and whistles sitting right here on the desk. So I just need to plug those in and use those. And I have a whole shitload of the Radio Master copies that they got sued over and had to stop making. But I probably have at least 30 of those receivers. And I've got probably 60, 70 of the FR Sky 6-channel and 8-channel receivers that are all fully, all of them are fully telemetry. So, and then I've got some other receivers, different, some onesie twosie stuff, but that's the majority of my stuff. Well, I have everything that's a bind and fly has a Spectrum receiver in it, but that's compatible with the 4-in-1 module. So, yeah. So, no problem. Yeah, simple is best. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? The KISS theory. Keep it simple, stupid. So yeah. When I finally realized what this new protocol was that they came out with, no, I'm not interested. Too much work. I'm already way too involved with the FR Sky stuff to reinvent the wheel. So I'm just not going to do it. So I just turned off the internal module, which is their new protocol, and activated the external module, which is the module I put in the bay, and that's the 4-in-1. And now I can bind all my Spectrum, FR Sky, Tactic, pretty much everything. Hootsun, the Hootsun, pretty much everything that's out there. Every little toy, gizmo, everything. That there's a protocol. There's like 70 some protocols in that thing. And I can bind to any of that shit that flies and fly it. So I'm going to stick with that. I gave up on that new protocol crap. So I put one of those new receivers in the Flex Twin Otter, thinking I was going to just bind it up and go. No. And so I said, okay, no, never mind. We're not doing this. I'm not doing it. Just not going to do it. So anyway. So I guess I'll sell those 2 receivers I got. Maybe I'll get a hold of the guy I won them from. See if he wants to do some horse trading or something. I forget his name at the moment. Hobby Zone still has one on sale. What has Hobby Zone got on sale, David? Oh, they have the Timber X on sale. Oh, no kidding. Oh, wow. The UMX Timber X or the full size one? I can't believe how expensive the big one got. Good God. Man, I didn't pay anywhere near that for mine. Yeah, the UMX, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, I wish I could tell you how it flew. I mean, I've seen everybody. There was a bunch of guys that had those out at the field. I was watching them all fly one night, and they were all having a hoot with it. It flies great. That's why I wanted it. I just didn't want to pay $200 for it, and I didn't. I bought it on sale, so now I have one. So I'm really happy I got one. And I know I'm going to have fun with it. It's got super cool lights on it. It lights up to no end. It's got to have like 11 lights on it. It's got strobes, and it's got nav lights and strobe lights on the wingtip. It's got landing lights on the wing. It's got lights on the tail. I think it has a beacon on the tail and a beacon underneath the bottom. And it might have a white light on the back of the tail. And it's got landing lights in the front, either one in the middle of the nose cone under the propeller or something up there. And yes, it's got lights all over it. I was really impressed. Not quite as many as Draco, but pretty close. It's got a shitload of lights on it. So, looks really cool. So, and these guys were having a ball with it. And that's why I like the big one. You know, that it's just the flies. It's got a lot. It's very maneuverable. It's very aerobatic, but it doesn't have to be. You know you can make it stable, super stable. You know, that's what I use for training. When I'm teaching guys to fly, I put half flaps and half throttle, and I hand them the radio, and we're golden. It'll maintain altitude in safe mode. You know, have it in safe mode, and I just have them fly a figure-8 pattern. You know, where they come back across the runway, and I just say, maintain the heading of the runway. Just fly it straight down the runway. Get the other end, turn around, come right back down the runways. You know, just maintain the runway heading both ways. And I let them do that for a while to get them so that because you better be able to follow the runway if you're going to land. So that's what I'm training them. I'm trying to get them acclimated where they need to be to land it. So once they get good at that, we start ramping it up from there. And I usually have everybody everybody solos in one day with me. You know, I get them so confident because I just make it too easy for them. And I get them out of safe. You know, I don't leave them in safe the whole time. Once they're, I'll stand there and hold it while they're flying, and I'll turn the safe off. I said, okay, safe's off, you're flying it. And then, then they get, confused and get nervous, and I flip it back on. I said, it's all right, you're good. Just like all the sticks, we're fine. Okay. All right, let's try it again. And then I turn it off, and, so it's a process, but, I've had very good success with that. And, so by the end of the day, they've landed it. Taking off's no problem, but I get them to land it, and then they, and I say, now listen, you're not ready to go out on your own. All right, I know you feel real confident, and you're going home with a whole airplane with no damage, but this doesn't mean you're ready to fly without me. So don't try doing this without me. All right, and it doesn't have to be me. You can get somebody else to help you, but make sure you have somebody there to help you. Don't try to do it on your own just because you did so good. Because trust me, I'm your cheerleader. I'm keeping you focused. If I'm not here, you're gonna crash it. I guarantee it. Yeah, pilots are the hardest to train too, Michael. Because they're so confident that they're real pilots. It's that they can fly a model, and it's way harder to fly the model. Yeah, because you're not sitting in it. And that's the part they don't grasp until they're finally trying it. And they're like, oh, shit, because the controls are backwards when it's coming at you. And you don't have to deal with that when you're sitting in it. So, yeah, it's a different experience. So, and it's just, it's just standard pilot arrogance, that pilots think they're gods, And then they have to swallow a little pride. Listen, it's all right, you got to remember, you have no instruments, okay? We're flying totally blind. You have no instruments to go by. You don't know what your airspeed is. You don't know what your altitude is. You don't know what your descent rate is. You don't know nothing. You just what you see. When it's coming at you, the controls are backwards. So that's something else you have to deal with. You're not getting any feedback in the controls, like a stick shaker, a stick shaker. You don't have any of that, right? You just have your eyeballs. That's all you got. Yeah, when I explain it to them, they're like, "Oh my God, you're right. I didn't think of that." I said, you wear a hood to train for instruments. What if you had to wear the hood the other way, where you couldn't see the instruments? All you could see is out the window. How hard would it be to fly the airplane then, not knowing what your airspeed is when you're trying to land or anything? You've got no instruments, nothing. You got to just look out the window. Yeah, I won't want to try that. Exactly. So, yeah. So it's a very different experience. Yeah, some people just listen. I happen to be one of those guys too. I picked it up really fast. I mean, I soloed in a day. By the end of the month, I was already pylon racing. Quarter midget and quickie 500. I mean, I picked it up really fast. I had good trainers. I had good guys that helped me too. That helps. But I just, I was a natural. I just picked it up really quick. Some people do. Some people never get it. I got people out of the flying field that just, like the two guys I was teasing about before, Grant and Steve. They're never going to get it. I mean, Grant had two good landings today. I was impressed. In the wind, You know, he's flying 2 gassers. He likes the gassers. He's not flying a lot of electric stuff. And he had to go. He had to make a go around on one of them. It got away from him. The wind blew it over, and it got away. But he saved it. Made a go around. Came back, and he got it on the ground. Okay, didn't ding the prop. He was able to taxi back to himself. Grant never does that. Grant never. Usually, if he can get it on the ground, it usually taxis into the high grass, and he has to go get it anyway. But he got it down. Today, 2 flights. One on 2 different airplanes, one on each plane. And he was able to land both of them and taxi him back. So I was very proud of him. He did really good today. It was definitely different. That's not usually Grant. Lewis cracked me up too, because when he's flying at our field, he makes all kinds of mistakes. And then we were down at Imperial at that event, and he was flying like I mean, oh my God! I said, all right, who are you, and what'd you do with Lewis? He said, what are you talking about? You don't fly like this when you're at our field. What the hell's going on? He said, oh, I need to be under pressure. It's okay. I do much better when I'm under pressure. I said, well, you certainly do, because you're flying your ass off today. So yeah, it was amazing. He was flying fantastic down there. He wasn't making any of the mistakes he makes when he flies local at our field. I was just cracking up. I thought it was funny. I had to give him shit. I was like, all right, who are you, and what'd you do with Lewis? Because Lewis don't fly like this. He just laughed. He said, yeah, I'm better when I'm under pressure. It's okay. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, right, Michael. Yeah. Some guys pick it right up. Some guys, and I found out my one buddy that got into RC a little bit. I mean, the guy's got more dollars than cents. So one day he had a bug up his ass. He wanted to go fly in RC, so he went and bought an airplane. He bought a apprentice, ready to fly, and we took him out to the field, and he was flying, and he's doing pretty good. I got him going, and he was doing really well. And then he went and smoked a joint and came back, and he couldn't keep it in the air. In safe mode, he couldn't keep it in the air. And he's just laughing the whole time. And I took the radio away. I said, okay, you're done. What do you mean? I said, no more marijuana at the flying field, because you can't do shit after you are totally out of control. All right, David, we'll see you later. Good night, Crystal. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming. I'm not back officially. Now, I'm trying to stay in it, but don't count on it every Saturday night. It's not going to happen. I've got way too much going on. But right now I had a little lull in what I'm doing, but we're going to try to stay with it, but don't make it don't count on it. Be happy it's here when it happens, and let's leave it at that. So yeah, so after he smoked marijuana, he couldn't do shit. So I forbid him from doing that again. And he hasn't gone back flying. He's asked me a couple times, "You still got my airplane?" I said, "Yeah, I got it." Well, we didn't go flying. Okay, whenever you're ready. And I never hear from him. He's got way too many things going on in his life that, this is not a priority. He's not really into it. Oh. Let's see. Well, that clock's wrong anyway. Let's look at this clock. 1 o'clock. All right. All right. What else are we going to cover tonight? Anything else? You guys want to see anything? Do anything? We can. We got an Oscar. We got an Academy Award here. Best show on YouTube, right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I did clear coat one of these. And where's the other one? Over there. All right, let's see if you guys can tell the difference. Hang on a second. Let me dust this thing off. At the moment, I don't know which one's which. I'll know in a minute, but right now I don't know which one's which. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera either. So we're going to try it right now and see. I was testing my gold cast. It's basically it's a clear coat with a metallic color in it, and it comes in red, blue, I believe purple, and gold. I think those are the only colors it comes in. So if you want to get that candy apple brilliant reflective shine out of a painted surface, you clear it with this stuff and it adds that layer of reflectiveness. And now I printed it, I painted it before I glued it to the base. So the bases are going to be exactly the same. All right, so I want all of you guys to vote. It's going to be a group participation here. You guys all vote. Which one do you think it has the clear coat on it? Which one do you? Let me say it this way. Let me say which one looks shinier. Let's go that route. You tell me which one looks golder, shinier, golder, whatever you want to call it. You know, can you tell the difference? Which one? All of you guys have to vote. You know, just tell me which one's the shinier, golder of the two. Okay? Because one has the clear coat on it and one doesn't. All right? So here they are. All right? And we're going to call this one's A. The one closest to the printer is A, and this is B. So you guys, and I can turn them around if you want me to turn them around. I'll turn them around. You know, I can turn them around and let you see all four sides. You know, all the way around, whatever you want to. But you tell me which one you think looks golder, you know, shinier or golder, whatever, however you want to say it. Because one has that they call it metal effect or metallic effect, I think. One's got the effect on it, the other one doesn't. So you guys, you know, look them over. I can turn them around. Just to, you know, if you want me to turn them around, yeah, that's fine. I should make one of these fly. Now I should put a urinal in front of them. That's what I should do. I need to print a urinal to put in front of them. That's what I really should do. Who gives a shit if they can fly? We just need to know if they can urinate. So Roy says A, which is this one, is the one with the clear coat. All right, so we got one vote for A. Come on, guys, vote. All of you guys got to vote. You want me to turn them around? You want to see anything different? The bases are exactly the same. They're printed the same material, the same time. There's no difference in the bases. Just the statue itself is different. Didn't the Japanese have an Oscar? I have no idea, Fred. Yeah, I knew you would love that idea. You're so obsessed with urinals. I knew you would love it if I printed a urinal for. I'm going to do that as a gag one night, Michael. And then I'm going to see if you catch it. It'll be in the background. There's going to be a urinal sitting in front of one of these guys, and you. I want to see if you catch it or not. All right, so we've got Roy says A, Fred says B. Okay, this is A, this is B. So we got a vote, one vote each. Come on, guys. There's more than two people in here. Is it gonna kill you to vote? There's 9 people in here, and only 2 people are voting. They look the same on my screen. Well, they're very close. I mean, they're barely. I'm looking at them live, and I can barely tell the difference. Okay, but that's the trick of, why I'm trying to get an opinion here. Whether is it worth it for me to even spray it with the clear coat? I'm on the fence myself. Um, there's kind of an advantage to it, and kind of not. Um, and I'll explain that in a minute. So Roy voted against. So I got 2 A's. Oh, so now Fred's got to vote in A and B. Oh my God, you guys are too funny. So Mike thinks A. Okay, we got another vote for A. Yeah, an Oscar Warbird. Yeah, there you go. Well, what you don't know is there's a C. You guys don't know that. I was waiting to tell you. I'm going to tell you now. See, C is sitting here. It's the stealth Oscar. It's right here. That's C. That one's in stealth mode. So. So now, see, now Michael's A and all right. Now he's changed his mind to B. Right? You're not voting twice. You've changed your mind. So Michael thinks it's B. Again, this is A. This is B. So C is definitely clear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got some clear filament. I got to tell you. And this would be the perfect thing to print with it, with no infill. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to print a clear one. You guys, wait till you see that, because I printed a vase, like this, with the clear, and oh my God, is that thing beautiful? Oh Jesus! So I've been trying to figure out what I could print with it that would be okay without infill, because I don't want to print the infill. And I think the Oscar will work. I think I can print an Oscar without infill, and it'll be okay. And it'll look. You know what it's going to look like? It's going to look like ice. It's going to look like a ice carving is what it's going to look like. So yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. I got to figure out which was definitely on that printer. So it's going to be on this card. Yeah, I'm going to look that up. Yeah, I'm going to print that. I might print it tonight. Actually, you got me excited now. That's a good. I didn't think of that until just now. That'd be I can't use that file. I got to make a new file. Shit, that file's already got the infill in it. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to make a new file. All right. So nobody else is gonna play. Really, all these people in here, nine viewers, and only 3 people are gonna play. All right. Okay. So I'm going to turn them around. See if that makes any difference. Still think this is A, this is B. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Let me turn C around. Okay. I forgot to turn C around. Print a clear road grader. Okay, AB negative. Oh my god. All right, I'm going to give you guys one more. I'm going to give you one more look and see if that makes a difference. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn them this way. All right. So now which one? A or B? Roy says still A. Okay. Fred says AB negative. I'm going with C. Screw both of you. Hey, Juno, what's up? You need a side view profile? Okay, I can do that. Here's a side profile. There you go. Okay. We're voting. All right, Juno, which one of these looks shinier or golder to you? Okay, one's got a clear coat on it, one does not. Which one looks shinier or golder to you? A or B? This is A. The one closest to the printer is A. This one's B. Okay? Which one do you think's shinier or has a more gold look to it? A or B? So Juno says A. Michael Bear says A. All right, Fred. Final vote. A or B? What is it? Somebody else had voted before, didn't they? Oh, Roy. Roy. Yeah, Roy. What's your final vote? A or B? I know you said you're still going with A minute ago, but just making sure you're not changing your mind. A. Okay. All right, Fonzie. A. Okay, now I'm not going to say you're wrong or not as far as which one's shinier, because that's why I'm asking you. But B is the one that has the clear coat on it. And the only way I can tell that is because on the base here around his feet, the clear coat shines. Because it's, it was a flat layer when it dried. So I can see the shine of the clear on the flat part. Now that doesn't mean it's shinier. And that's why I'm asking you, because I really can't tell which one's shinier either. It depends on how you look at them. Now, because I'm sitting here and the lights are shining on them, when I lay them down like this and look down the layer lines, this is definitely smoother, shinier, because the clear has filled in the layer lines. So it's very noticeable with right here, with me looking at it. And that's why I'll even try to show you that again. So this is the one that's shinier in that mode. So you look at it now and to see if you agree. I'm trying to give you a longer angle at it. So B is fuller on my screen. Okay, what does that mean? What does fuller mean? Oh, duller. Okay. All right. Well, that could be. Like I said, it's so hard to tell the difference between them. Honestly, I have the same struggle you have looking at them, especially straight on. The only time I can really tell is when I lay them over, because, like I said, the clear filled in the layer lines and made it look shinier in person. But yeah, as far as when they're standing here, like, I can't tell the difference. They look almost identical. Certain things look shinier on this one than that one. They both have their pluses and minuses as far as that goes. So it didn't make a big difference. I can tell you that. It's not a huge difference at all. But this is the one that's got the clear coat on it. And it's definitely noted. If you were standing there holding them and you laid it over like this, you would definitely see it. You can't, because I'm looking at the light from, you know what? Let me hang on a minute. Maybe this will work. If I light it up this way from behind with a flashlight, maybe it'll show up better. Let me try this. Hang on. I'm trying to get you guys to see what I can see. This might work. Let me try it here. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to get my other screen up. All right. Why is OBS not coming up? Okay, there it is. All right. You know what? Let's change cameras. Hang on a minute. Maybe that'll work. All right, so if I put this way, all right, hang on, yeah, this might work. Let me lay them down. Yeah. All right, wait a minute. I'm trying to get the light as even on them as I can get. Man, it's so hard to get. Hang on a minute. Let me switch the positions and see if that makes any difference. Damn it. All right, let's try this. Wow. Trying to take, I don't want one to have an advantage. I'm trying to get it even. All right, I guess the best thing I can do, I'm gonna just circle around both of them. All right, you guys keep your eyes on them, and then you decide. You know, as I'm pushing them around, which one is golder? Which one do you think? You know. and then I'm going to hold one. And you guys tell me, is the one I'm holding the one that's golder, or the one that I'm not holding is the golder one? I'm going to keep moving them around so that we get even lighting as they move in and out of whatever light is lighting them up. I don't know what's causing this, why one looks white and then it gets gold as it comes around. I don't know what's causing that effect, but that's why I'm pushing them both around so you get to look at both of them in each position. And you tell me which one you think, you know, has a more golder, shinier, even smoother, if you want to call it smoother. All right. All right, that's the best I can do. All right. So I'm gonna put my hand on this one. You've seen them in all three positions. So I'm gonna hold this one. Am I holding the shinier one, or is the other one shinier? You guys tell me. All right. There's no right or wrong answer, guys. This isn't. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to get your opinion, because I don't know if I want to clear them. If I print more of these or print more of this gold filament, do I clear coat it, you know, or not? You know, which should I? So, you know, I want your opinion. This isn't a test. I'm just trying to get an opinion. So I'm holding one of the two. Do you think this one was the shinier looking one, or do you think the other one was the shinier looking one? Now that I'm holding it, you know, let me know what you think. No, it's not like a street game. It's, you know, this is not, you know. Now there is no A or B. Now I'm holding one of the two. Okay, is the one I'm holding the one that looked shinier as I was passing them around, or is the other one the one that looks shinier? I'm only holding one of them. Okay, I got my hand on one. You've seen them both go around. You know, you've been following along. So you tell me now, which one is the one I'm holding, the one that looks shinier as it went around, or is the other one the one that looks shinier as it went around? And again, there's no right or wrong answer. This is strictly an opinion, so I know whether or not I need to waste time putting that clear coat on them or not. If I don't need the clear coat because you guys think it looks shinier without it, then I'm not going to do it, you know. But if you guys think it looks better with the clear coat, then some of the stuff like the Eiffel Tower or the Millennium Falcon, or I might actually put a clear coat on it if you guys think it looks better. That's what I'm trying to figure out, whether you guys think it looks better. Oh, you guys are just not being helpful at all. Okay, so Juno says the one I am not holding is the one that looks golder. Okay. All right, thank you. So I've got one credible answer. Thank you. No, don't be sorry. That's perfect. You gave me a real answer. You know, so you think the one I'm not holding was the one that looks shinier. Okay, so that's what I wanted to hear. You know, whether or not one. Yeah, you said you definitely the one that I'm not holding is the one that looks shinier. Okay, all right. So Fred's got no opinion. You know, Roy, you got an opinion? It's not A or B. Am I holding the shinier one, or is the other like Juno said? You know, is the other one the one I'm not holding shinier, or is the one I'm holding shinier? And the other 6 of you that aren't answering, thanks a lot. Uh-oh. Now, how'd that happen? My hacker got back in here somehow. How'd that happen? Yeah, wait a minute. I'm back in my studio. How did I get back in studio mode? That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. All right. So Juno picked the clear coat one as being shinier. This is the one that has the clear coat. The one he said I wasn't holding was the shinier one, and that is the one that has the clear on it. So all right. Thank you. That's what I just wanted to get an opinion. They're very close, guys. It's not a huge difference at all, but there is a subtle difference, and I didn't know whether or not I should bother clearing it with that metal effect, because it does have a little bit of gold to it. So it takes gold and makes it golder, I think. And so does Juno. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, now that I told you which one has the clear on it, thanks. That's helpful. Thanks, guys. You wouldn't commit before, but now you're going to commit. Anyway, so this is, let's see, what else did I put this on? Well, I put it on the Iron Man mask. I did clear coat that. The mask that's on the helmet, I put that clear on. Just because I wet sanded the hell out of it, but I didn't paint it. You know, I didn't like this. You know, this has got paint on it, so it was easy to cover all the layer lines in this because I actually painted it. That I can't cover the layer lines because they're in it, but I smoothed them out and then I shot a coat of that clear over it, and I think that came out looking good. It looks nice, but it doesn't look like this by any means. I mean, literally, this is as close as you're going to get to chrome without being chrome, and it's paint, which is amazing. And if I'm right, and I shoot the clear over this, and it gets even chromier, is that a word, chromier? Then it's really going to be impressive, because not only will that protect it, you know, from fingerprints and stuff, but it also makes it even more of a shine, even more chromy than it is without the clear. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna give that a whirl. So I wasn't gonna sand this, but now after seeing that, whatever the hell did that, there's a couple areas that they just need a little work, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this another sand, smooth it all out, and then I'm gonna paint another. I'm gonna make a foil hat for it, you know, protect it from the government, and I'm gonna paint it and then put the foil hat over it to cover it up, and then hopefully when it dries there won't be any shit in the paint, and it will have a perfect chrome looking. And then I'm going to immediately, just before I even touch it, I'm going to put the clear right on it, and call it a day. So that's going to be round 8. I can't tell you how many times I've painted this, sanded it all down, painted it again, sanded it all down, painted it, sanded, painted, sanded, painted, sanded. It's been quite an ordeal, but worth it. I mean, this is amazing. How close this is to perfect is amazing. So yeah, that's when I'm done with the batleth, the blade will have this shine on it. That's what I'm trying to get, is it to look like that, because it'll look like a real steel blade. If it's that freaking shiny, you know, as that mask, it's going to look like a real blade. Nobody's going to believe it's plastic. You know, I guarantee if I try to go into, you know, Comic-Con or any other place with it, they'd stop me at the door. Oh, hey, you can't bring that in here. Now look at the guy. It's plastic. It's not real. You know, and they're not going to believe me until they touch it and it doesn't weigh anything. You know, and So, but yeah, that's how, that's what I'm going for. So that's my whole. Why do I keep printing the batleth? Because I want it to look like a real steel blade, and with this kind of shine, it's definitely doable. If I could just get it to cooperate, um, I can get it. But I got to get it to cooperate. So, all right, guys. You know what? I'm going to call it. I got to go to the bathroom again, and I don't feel like dragging this out any longer. It's Christ. What is it? 2 o'clock now? Well, 1:30 anyway. Yeah. So thanks for coming. Appreciate you guys coming out Saturday night, and I'll try to get these videos edited up and out tomorrow. I'm going to put up some more quick some shorts of some of the prints I did. I got some new prints I did that I'm going to do my unveiling in the door trick. So those will be up. So you look for the shorts, and then look for the flying videos. I have one of the vortex running around in the yard video. I'm going to put that up. I'll try to get all those up tomorrow. So, but until then, have a great night, and we'll see you guys later. All right? Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye. It's definitely not cooperating, but uh-oh. Okay, so let me go here. And it's not reopening. I hate this fucking computer! Tomorrow it's getting a new computer! I'm so tired of this thing. Ah! Can't wait to put the new one up. I'll be playing with that thing all day tomorrow. Oh, God. I really have to go to the bathroom, and this thing's not going to let me close the show. Great. Terrific. Oh, shit. Ugh. All right, I'm going to go pee. Maybe when I get back, it'll be ready to cooperate. I don't know. I got to go pee. Ugh. got the side thing, so we're back to that. Oh, this is such crap. Damn you! What are you doing? I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't know what it's trying to do. It's not doing anything. It's just locked up. Finally! Jesus! Okay. Okay. All right. Getting there. Still says there's 2 windows open. It's never done this before. I don't know what it's doing. I just can't believe this. This is ridiculous. Wow. God, this thing's having a coronary. God. Oh my God. Information overload. It's just scrambling trying to between the hard memory and the hard drive. It's juggling the usage until it's finally coming down. But yeah, it's just overloaded. Just too much going on. And it's finally coming down. It hasn't stabilized yet though, but it's coming down. So I closed everything but OBS because I want to shut OBS down correctly so that it shuts down YouTube correctly. I'm trying anyway. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what I'm trying to do. So the disk drive now is down to 12%, which is going back up to 34, but they were both at 97, 98, bouncing back and forth. And the CPU is still at 96. But it's been down to 30s briefly. So it's still at 99, 98, bouncing around 99, 98. See, whatever OBS is doing, it's causing the problem. I don't know what OBS is doing, but it's what's causing the problem. Okay, so Task Manager is finally, no, not quite. I thought it finally stabilized, but no, it's still bouncing around. So there's nothing else open, just OBS. So if I can just get Task Manager to calm down. I don't know what information it's trying to. I mean, other than, I guess the camera's still live, so maybe it's trying to process the camera. Oh, it's down to 53%, 52%. No, just shot back up to 97. I'm just trying to get OBS to open up so I can press the stop streaming button. That's all I'm trying to do. And I can't get it to open. The computer's just having a meltdown. And I don't know why. At this point, there's nothing open. So I don't know why it's still having a meltdown. Huh.